everybody. Welcome to this exciting event showcasing an incredible work of our young entrepreneurs and our Magic Academy program. Philadelphia Youth Basketball PYB is an organization dedicated to empowering young people in our city. We leverage the iconic game of basketball to deliver life-changing opportunities and experiences. PYB provides a safe, nurturing environment for young people to build the skill sets and mindsets they need to be successful, not just on the court, but off of it. As part of our commitment to holistic youth development, we launched our PYB Magic Youth Entrepreneurship Program. My apologies. This initiative gives Philadelphia high school students the opportunity to participate in project-based learning experience with the chance of winning a $10,000 award for their business idea. Why is entrepreneurship so important, you ask? It provides young people with invaluable skills and experiences that will serve them well throughout their lives. This program, students learn about business fundamentals, develop critical thinking skills, and gain the confidence in their abilities to create and to innovate. At the heart of our PYB's approach is our dedication to nurturing the essential life skills required for success in academics, careers, communities, and for life itself. We accomplish this through an innovative fusion of basketball mentorship, leadership development, and focus on the physical and mental well-being of all participants, which is underpinned by the principles of social and emotional learning and mentorship. Over the past 15 weeks, our Magic Academy participants have been on an incredible journey. They started by identifying various problems that they frequently encounter or may be frustrated by, and began to develop solutions. From there, we worked tirelessly on transforming their ideas into full-fledged business pitches. This process has involved learning college course material at a college course pace, with extensive research and group brainstorming to develop and iterate their ideas. They even learned how to use AI tools for resources in creating their logos, assisting with their names, and even helping with catchy and clever business slogans. This evening, you'll have the privilege of witnessing the culmination of their hard work and creativity. These young entrepreneurs will present their business pitches, showcasing not just their ideas, but their skills and knowledge they've gained throughout this program. As you listen to these presentations, I encourage you to remember that you're not just hearing business pitches, you're witnessing the growth and potential of our city's future leaders. These young people represent the innovative spirit and determination that will shape Philadelphia's future. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our keynote speaker for the evening, Jimmy.
All right, so good evening, everybody. How are you? All right, so a little quick introduction about myself. I'm going to be here for a couple of minutes. Some of you guys got to show your businesses, and I'm looking forward to it. My name is Jimmy Williams. I am a data scientist and real estate entrepreneur here in Philadelphia. So Amin actually called me last night and said, hey, I want you to come by and talk for a couple minutes before they do their pitches. So I just threw something together real fast. A couple ideas of what I think will help you become a great entrepreneur, as well as just a great person civically in Philadelphia. So I've been in business for over 20 plus years. I actually started in real estate while I was in college. And Philadelphia is a unique place. So I'm a graduate of Central High School right here in Philadelphia. Also went to undergrad, graduate school, and law school all in Philadelphia. But while going through school, I was building a business. And there's three things I just want to leave you guys with. How many people are here are in the competition actually? Who's in the competition? Okay. So there's a couple of things that I want to leave you guys, right? There's three things that I want to outline. And the first thing is this. I think in order to be a successful entrepreneur, you have to be self-aware. You have to know what you're good at, and you have to know when to ask for help. And I think that's very important, right? Now, I can sit here and tell you about all of my accomplishments, but I think it's more impactful to tell you about some of the failures and things that I had. And one was not being self-aware, knowing when to ask for help, trying to do too much yourself. How many other entrepreneurs are in the room right now? Anybody else? All right, do you believe that you're self-aware? when you don't want to ask for help, right? Do you think that it's important in business to be self-aware, right? I'll give you an example. So I'm in real estate. I own millions of dollars on real estate, and I can't do anything but screw a light bulb. I can't pick up a hammer. I can't do anything with a building, right? But what I do know how to do is I know how to write a model. I'm good at numbers, so that's what I focus on. So figure out what you're strong at and focus on that. And don't be afraid and know when to ask for help. That's the first thing I want to talk about. The second thing that I want to talk about is your why. So how many people that have went through this whole process still want to be an entrepreneur or business owner? So a couple of you guys, okay. All right, so let me ask you guys this question. Why? Not a trick question, I just want to know, what is your reason that you want to be an entrepreneur?
I want to encourage everyone to chase their dreams.
Okay, great answer. How about you?
I want to give back to our community, making sure I'm in our community. It's close to home to me, so just making sure I'm moving to come back.
Great answer. And how about you?
I want to have a long-lasting impact on my community, especially for the generations to come.
Great answer. How about you?
I want to shine light on things that aren't really talked about.
All you guys have great answers. So I've been in rooms before, people say, I want to make money, right? Money is not enough. When my business took off is when I found my why. So although I operate in the finance and tech and entrepreneur space, that's not my why. My why is to help people that look like me build wealth and to study and do something about the wealth gap, right? Once I figured that out, it's easier to get up in the morning and to go and do business. It's not about the money. And the funny thing is, when you focus on the why, what tends to happen is the money will come, right? The money will come. So the first thing is this, self-awareness. The second thing is your why. Here's the third thing, and I think it's important while we're in this room. It's the power of relationships. I think the power of relationships are very important as it pertains to being an entrepreneur, specifically within the city of Philadelphia, right? Philadelphia is about who you know, and when your name comes up, how do people feel when they hear your name? So I think it's very important to focus on relationships. So you guys are saying, you're supposed to be talking about business and you're telling me that relationships are important. They're very important. They are very important. My grandmother gave me a piece of advice when I was a kid. She said, treat people well, do them good, and that's going to pay you the most dividends. I was a very little kid. I didn't understand what she was saying, but I understand now, right? I read a book before by the NBA Hall of Famer, Bill Russell. And he says in this book that when you operate in life and you do the right thing, you can feel it. When you do the wrong thing, you can feel it. And if you focus on doing the wrong thing, you're going to understand why you won't go forward. But if you focus on always doing the right thing, you'll know it, and things will take care of themselves. So treat people well and focus on relationships. You guys that are trying to become entrepreneurs and you're doing your pitches, you should be networking with everyone in this room, but you should also be networking with each other. As you go along your journey, you guys are very young. You never know when you'll cross paths again. You guys should have, create your own network. Reach side, but also reach up, right? Everyone in this room. So, what I'll say is, help me become a success is, my name is my name. When people mention my name, I've never done anyone wrong, and I try to focus on treating people the right way. So, I'm probably over my time. You only took me 5 minutes, but what I want to say is this. 3 things. Self-awareness, have a why, and focus on relationships. Invest in your relationships. That's more important than the money. If you focus on those 3 things, I think all you guys can be successful. I cannot wait to see what you guys show tonight. I'm very excited. When I was your age, there was nothing like this. So take advantage of this opportunity. Please take advantage of this opportunity. And if I can help you guys in any way, I'm here as a resource. I love the work that's being done in the center and with the organizations that put this together. So again, my name is Jimmy Williams. I'll be here watching. But again, those are the 3 things that I want you to focus on. Self-awareness, having a why, and building those relationships. Thank you guys.
Thank you. Okay, so tonight, well, thank you, Jimmy. Truly, everybody, one more applause for Jimmy. Thank you. So again, tonight, we are witnessing the culmination of 15 weeks of hard work, creativity, and dedication from our young Philadelphia youth basketball participants. This exciting showcase from the Youth Entrepreneurship Program has been an absolute joy to teach and for me to mentor. I truly look forward to being able to bring them back and to share their hard work with all of you. Let me briefly outline for you how this evening will unfold. We have 5 outstanding young entrepreneurs who will be presenting their business plans. Each participant will have 15 minutes to present their ideas, strategies, and vision for their businesses. This is their opportunity to shine and share the fruits of their labor from over the past several months. Following each presentation, our esteemed panel of judges will have 3 to 5 minutes for a Q&A session. This is a chance for our judges to dive deeper into the details of each business plan and for our young entrepreneurs to demonstrate their knowledge and quick thinking. Once all 5 participants have presented, our judges will individually evaluate each business plan based on 5 key categories. The first being innovation and creativity, the second, market research and understanding, the third, feasibility and scalability, the fourth, pitch quality and communication, and the fifth being adaptability and problem solving. These scores will be crucial in determining our winner, but more importantly, they will provide valuable feedback for our young entrepreneurs to refine and improve their business ideas. Remember, regardless of the outcome, each of these young people have already achieved something remarkable. They've taken an idea, nurtured it, and developed it into a full-fledged business plan. That alone is worth our admiration and applause. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our judges. Our first judge is none other than Mr. Justin Rosenberg. Mr. Rosenberg is the founder and CEO of Honeygrow. Our second judge is Morgan Jeffrey. Sorry, I totally gaffed that, and I apologize. And she is Senior Digital Marketing Manager at Bank of America. Nasir Powell, CEO of Cookies Lawn Care and our Magic Academy first cohort winner. We also have Tori Smith. Tori was born here in Philadelphia, and she also went to Temple. She currently is helping kids with cheering and the youth. I apologize. Tori. And last but not least, a board member and a longtime supporter of PYB, Mr. Sam Silvers. Mr. Silvers is retired from Deloitte, but worked for Deloitte for over 20 years. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first young entrepreneur to the stage. So, our first entrepreneur to the stage is none other than Chase Urquhart. ChaseIt Apparel.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Hi everyone. Hey. How you guys doing? Good? Good. I first want to say hi to the judges. I appreciate you all for being here. And also to Mr. Diaz for a long 15 weeks, I'm sorry. But I appreciated this whole experience. And also to all of my friends. They're not my business classmates anymore. They're my friends now. So I appreciate y'all and I love you guys. We're going to start with my business plan, which is ChaseIt. My name is ChaseIt Urquhart. I'm 17 years old, and I live in East Norton, PA. I go to Mercy Career and Technical High School, which is down the street, and on 29th and Huntington Park. After graduation, I'm going to study at Newman University to study business administration. And my purpose is to empower people to chase their dreams through my clothing, which I'm going to show you guys in a few moments. And a fun fact of mine, I love to online shop. I love to spend money on clothes. We're going to start with a table of contents. We have the mission statement, we have the problem, the solution, we have the market size, competition, we have product or services, business models, use of funds, timeline, and contact info at the end. We're going to start with a mission statement. Here at ChaseIt, we believe that fashion is not just the overall goal. It's supposed to be a fuel for confidence in apparel, and it's supposed to help chase your dreams, your goals, and your passions. And also to feel confident and empower yourselves to be your true selves and to shine with authenticity. Problems for me, it's hard sometimes when you're going on social media and you see a lot of unrealistic beauty standards, and it's hard to not feel insecure when you're looking at everyone with skinnier bodies and all this stuff like that. So I decided, Chase, what am I going to do? How am I going to empower people to feel confident in what they're wearing? So I decided on ChaseIt, my business. It's supposed to be a fashion line that helps everyone feel inclusive, helps everyone not feel overlooked, and also to help people wear their confidence and express their stories, their unique stories through fashion. And also, you're probably wondering how I got the name ChaseIt. My name is Chase, and also the it is supposed to be a space holder for you all. It's supposed to help, like, whether you're chasing that bag, whether you're chasing the degree, whether you're chasing your goals, your passions, buying a dog, I don't know, whatever you want to put that in there. For a market size, the global market when it comes to apparel is 1.7 trillion in 2024, so I hope that it goes farther up in 2025. And it's supposed to grow at least 3 to 5% over the next few years. Competition. My biggest competitors are Spurgo and Milano di Rouge. Spurgo is founded by Trey Brown. It is a streetwear brand that helps you, that pretty much empowers you through stylish clothing. And also Milano di Rouge is a streetwear brand as well by Milan Harris, and it helps people, it helps create opportunities through fashion. And you're probably wondering how everyone has clothing brands, but what makes me different? I researched a few colors that helps people feel confident. We're gonna take black off because I know everyone likes wearing black. I see a lot of black over here. So we're changing it to pink, purple, and yellow. Those are the main three that I see online. And also, I wanted to change the fabric to help it become breathable and comfortable. So I'm gonna use cotton fabric. And also for to knit to slim your body, so like it fits your body, the clothing. And also alpaca fur to go inside the clothing to help keep you warm. And for the business model, how am I going to make money? It is apparel. We have sweatshirts, we have shirts, and we also have hats. And also I was going to do a subscription called Boost Boxes, Confidence Boost, trying to help you guys have a personal kit with self-care products, which is going to be $10 a month. And pretty much have you guys have personal self-care products to keep you guys motivated and confident throughout the whole year. Use of funds. So all of my funds go straight to, it goes all the way to $10,000. We have inventory and equipment, which is $3,000. We have marketing and advertising, which is $2,000. We have website and technology, which is $1,200. We have the emergency fund, which is $1,300. We have a software, which is $400, and we have a product development of $1,400. We have a travel and networking at $200. Intellectual property protection, which is $200, and we also have the office space and utilities, which is $100, and licenses and permits at $200, which all totals to $10,000. The timeline, what am I going to do after this program? The first quarter, I'm going to trademark my business name, and we're also going to find manufacturers to get this business on the road, and also create a social media account, which I'm already ahead of you all. You already got it at the end. A second quarter, I'm thinking about dropping my apparel, of course. The third quarter, I want to go to different pop-up events and kind of like show you guys like what ChaseIt is, and so people can start buying there as well. And also thinking about another drop. The fourth quarter, I was going to do a review and just look at how the growth is going and pretty much see what I need to improve better for the next year. And also a second drop, and also set new goals for the new year. And that's all for you guys. This is my contact info, and I thank you guys for your time.
To the judges, for a quick Q&A.
I have a question for you.
Very nice job, Chase.
Thank you.
So you talked about social media. That's going to be your way to help drive. Do you expect to use an influencer model? Like, how are you thinking you're going to get the brand out in the marketplace that people are going to become aware of ChaseIt?
Right, thank you for that question. So yes, social media is a key part in showing and supporting my apparel. I definitely social media accounts on all streams, which is Instagram, TikTok, and other streaming platforms. I would say I'm not sure when it comes to influencers yet. I'm definitely going to look into that, so I appreciate that input as well. Thank you.
Absolutely great job about your presentation. So with fashion, there's a big issue of sustainability and environment. What do you plan to do to kind of help that?
I would say the mission, I would say the message as well, chasing it, pretty much helping chase goals. I would say that would be the one thing that makes us different and will keep us in the market. Definitely encouraging others to chase their dreams and make people feel empowered and not overlooked, and definitely motivate them to chase their goals through my fashion wearing.
So when you're developing the business and you're thinking about all this stuff you have going on, by the way, great job.
Thank
Really
you.
impressive. What do you think? What's the number one thing you think can go wrong?
Nothing.
Sure.
I'm sure it would be a lot of ups and downs, but I know that I'll have the people around me to support me and help me get through those trials and tribulations.
Is there something that is more risky than others relative to what you're trying to accomplish?
I would say the fashion industry in itself, especially since there's a lot of clothing brands worldwide, so that would definitely be the competition.
Excellent presentation. Question about competition. What do you feel would separate you from Spurgo and Milano Di Rouge?
Definitely going back to the vibrant and motivational colors, definitely, because they do have colors, but also having do you mind going back to that slide, please? Those colors definitely help people feel motivated from research, and also, I'm sorry. Okay, right here. So yeah, pink, purple, and yellow were the main colors that popped up when it came to research on different sites. And also the fabric is the thing that was most commonly used. So I was going to use cotton, and also the alpaca fur was going to be the first.
Thank you.
You did a good job on your presentation, and I just had one question. So yeah, clothing wear, or is it going to be for like adults? You're making it for kids, everybody, or?
It's going to be for everyone. Yes. It's going to be a unisex clothing brand.
It's good.
Thank you.
That's it. Thank you, thank you. Great job, Chase. Congratulations. Congratulations. To the stage next, our next entrepreneur, Ahmed Ali of Ali's Landscaping.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ahmed Ali, and I am the founder and owner of a landscaping company in Northeast Philadelphia called Ali Landscaping. All right, so this is an overview of what we will be going over today. This is a little bit about me. My name is Ali, as I said before, and I am a senior at ENS. I am originally Sudanese, and I was born in Philadelphia, but I was raised in Saudi Arabia, and I came back to live in Philadelphia permanently in 2009. And I have plans to pursue an associate's degree in construction management at CCP. And after that, I plan to go grab a business administration degree from Drexel University. I have a 5-year goal to tackle the issues of quality, care, and maintenance and landscaping in the city of Philadelphia. And I have a much, much bigger dream to one day own my very own construction company and take work back to where I'm from. And something fun about me is that I am currently an aspiring MMA and Muay Thai fighter, and that's what I do in my spare time. All right, so this is an overview of what we'll be going over today, and we're going to start off by talking about our purpose and mission statement. And we're going to be talking about the problems that Adler Landscaping will solve, and the market size of these people that have those problems. And we'll also look at the competition that exists in the market size and other companies that I'm currently competing with. And we're also going to be talking about the services that I currently offer and services that I will offer in the future. We're also going to be talking about my business model and how I'm going to apply and execute these services. And finally, we're going to be talking about the use of funds and the timeline for these use of funds. All right, this is my mission statement. So my mission and our mission as a company is to create long-lasting impact on communities in the city of Philadelphia. And this passion for change and landscaping comes from the inspiration of my older brother, and he also is a construction manager, and he showed me how landscaping can actually create a tangible change, something that you can see, something that you can build, something that you can live in, and that creates a positive impact in my community, and that's something that I want to emulate as a future business owner. So our mission statement leads us into the very first problem that Adler Landscaping will be a solution to. And that first problem is that there is a major lack of service in the city of Philadelphia. So landscaping work in the city of Philadelphia is actually not well contracted for in certain neighborhoods. So property managers, real estate agencies, and developers often neglect these parts of the city, and there's a lot of evidence of this neglect, and it leads to a noticeable neglect in the neighborhood and surrounding areas. So as you can see in the top right, this is actually a real home that I've worked on over the summer in North Philly. And this backyard is like completely run down, and I was talking to the owner, and he told me that he had a lot of trouble getting landscapers that usually work in much richer parts of the city in Northeast Philadelphia, because he had a hard time bringing them down to North Philly to work on his home. And he also talked to me about how his landlord was giving him a really hard time when it came to actually paying to get this done. So we came down and we made sure that we got this completely cleaned up for him. And so as a company, we are willing to place ourselves in these environments to actually create tangible change within these neighborhoods. And we can go on to the next problem solution. All right. The second problem is more of a traditional problem that a lot of service-based companies can actually solve. And that's the fact that homeowners usually don't have the time, the tools, or the resources necessary in order to actually tackle the problems that they have at their homes. And so as a company, Adler Landscaping does have the tools, we do have the expertise, and we do have the resources in order to tackle these problems and make sure we do a good job, no matter the zip code. All right, so this is the market size. All right, so in the city of Philadelphia, there are over 500,000 properties that are residential properties, and they spend on average about $5,000 to $10,000 a year on landscaping. So on top of residential properties, we also have commercial opportunities, and commercial contracts range from $20,000 to $100,000 a year, depending on the service scope and the size of the property. And then on top of that, there are also government contracting opportunities like the Philadelphia Housing Authority, which I've spoken to over the summer, spoken to their representatives. And then there's also the School District of Philadelphia, which I am currently a student in. So as you can see on the left, this is actually a current service area that we've already worked on. This is an established market size that we've already had. So we had our very first house all the way in Southwest Philadelphia. and our second home that we've recently talked about in North Philadelphia. And then we've gotten the opportunity to work on much larger houses in Northeast Philadelphia and Flourtown, Pennsylvania. All right, so what is the competition already existing in this market? What are the strategies and how can we be better than them? So Pennsylvania has about 29,000 landscaping companies and only 2,000 of them are in the city of Philadelphia. And this also leads to the problem on the lack of service in the city of Philadelphia because there are so few that are existing within the city. So on average, these landscaping companies charge about $40 to $75 per visit on a regular maintenance check, and that's usually about 0.4 to 0.6 cents per square foot. And these are some of the companies that I have done specific research on: CMG Landscaping, Liberty Tree Landscape and Management, and True Green. And each of these companies I've looked into for different reasons, and we try to emulate the things that they do best as a company in the future. All right, so we can compete with these companies with a variety of services that we offer, starting with landscaping, lawn care maintenance, and winter support. Landscaping consists of things like mulching, sod installation, and my personal favorite, ones that I love to do all the time, is garden design and garden bed cleanups. I love when I get calls for those. It's always amazing to work on people's homes. And then we have lawn care maintenance, which is something that I already work on, something that has made me money in the past, and winter support, which is something that we are looking to implement in the future. And so the customers that I've already had, or my clientele, have given me 5 stars on these services in the past. All right, so this is our business model, and this is how we've applied these services. So 60% of the money will come from subscriptions. These consist of reoccurring customers, customers that are having customizable plans, and they're also a part of our reward programs. So we offer these customers incentives, and that makes them come back at the end of every month. 30% of that will come from contracting with property managers, real estate developers, and the Philadelphia Housing Authority and the Philadelphia School District. And these are the people that can actually make a major change in the city, and the people that I'm willing to work with. And then 10% of that money will come from hardscaping and property services, which are just one-time services that we offer. And this is a flyer that we have on the left, and this is actually something that I've worked on over the summer, and that's exactly how we've gotten all of these customers. All right. To achieve our ideal business model, this is how we strategically decided to allocate the investment fund. So starting off with the most important thing is the company van. We can't really work on people's houses if we can't get there. So $4,000 will go to a company van, and $2,000 will go to a stand-on mower to work on much bigger houses. $800 will be used for a snow plower in order to implement our winter services. And after that, we have advertising. So the main way that we advertise will be online with Google ads and Facebook ads and Meta ads. And then $120 will go to Tiny Invoice, which is actually a bookkeeping software that we've used in the past, and that helps us make sure we know where every dollar is going. All right, so this is the activity timeline. So with those funds, we created a detailed to shot timeline to show how we can execute our plans effectively over the course of a year and what that will look like. So with this investment, we know exactly what we're going to be spending our money on, and we know exactly when to get to work, starting in February and March, which is in the next coming weeks, and that will be used on purchases, maintaining the tools that we have in the past, as well as getting some client outreach and working on maintenances and building a clientele for the future. From March to May, we'll be working on bidding on contracts, working on bigger jobs like landscape services and hardscape interning, because this is something that I want to apply in the next year. So in order for me to learn how to hardscape, I have to go and I have to intern at a company or be an employee in a different company to make sure that I learn from people that are already established and then apply those myself. So June and August will be mostly property maintenance, residential maintenance, and also maybe getting some commercial maintenance as well if we can land those contracts. And then September to November, we'll be working on leaf jobs, landscape and garden design, and aeration. And in September, November is usually a lot of the leaf jobs, so you need a lot of employees. So this is where I've usually hired most of my employees. So another thing that is really important to me is community engagement, and which is why I hire high school students, and I've hired a high school student in the past to help me work on these homes. So this is something that's very important to me, and I hope to do that again this year. And then in December, January, as you can tell, we've gotten a lot of snow. So this next coming year, we're also going to be having some winter support, comprehensive snow removal, and salting. And that takes us back to today. So I want to thank everybody for listening. We also have my contacts up here if you'd like to contact me. Please scan this QR code to my link tree. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you all. Thank you to the judges, and thank you to Mr. Diaz as well.
Great job, Ali. Right to the judges.
Oh, wait, get back. We got some questions for you. So, really well done. Very well done. Let me ask you a question. So one of the things you said you differentiate is that you'll go into locations, if I heard you correctly, that maybe others wouldn't go to. Is that, did I hear that correctly? So is there a strategy that you thought about which would be connecting with other landscaping companies who do their own marketing, have their own relationships, and you become sort of a third party connection to them? Is that even possible? Is that something you consider? As opposed to going direct to the customer, going through another landscaping company and being, is that an arrangement you could work?
What you just described is something called subcontracting, and that's when you're basically general contractors, or general managers. They usually have a huge contract, and it's a bunch of things they have to get done. So when it comes to just maintaining the landscape, they just hire a landscaper and they come to do that work. So as a company, we're not big enough to subcontract yet, so we're just working on residential. And when it comes to commercial, I don't think there's going to be interference from outside landscaping companies, because at the end of the day, that's competition.
Okay.
Right.
Great job.
Thank you.
I actually just took over the social media for a landscaping company out in Westchester, PA, so I'm really intrigued, and I'm happy to chat with you after this.
Thank you.
Kind of piggybacking off that, what are you doing to differentiate yourself when you are pitching to these residential homes?
So I wouldn't say that I've had a pitch yet. Most of the advertising that I've done has been really small. So flyers, as you can see, and just Google ads and meta ads and things like that. So can you try to tell me a little bit?
So for example, what I've done is that we're family owned and we're local, so I'm kind of pushing that out there, and that's kind of getting a lot more customers versus going to the bigger companies.
All right, so the place that I want to work on is something that I'm really passionate about, but the reason why there's a lack of work also kind of makes it a market size. So just to add on to that, you can kind of say something like, we are open and willing to work in these neighborhoods, and that's what kind of pushes me more than other landscaping companies when it comes to dealing with those neighborhoods.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So where do you train MMA?
I train MMA at Miami Elite.
You know Balance Studios?
No, where's that?
It's Northeast Philly, Center City, and Fishtown. That's where I train.
Really?
Yeah.
Go at
You'll beat me up. Do you do any jiu-jitsu?
I am a jiu-jitsu blue belt, yeah.
You're a blue belt?
Yeah.
Oh, you should come down and roll. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
You'll probably beat him further. You'll probably beat him further. All right, back to business. So I'm curious, your business is in existence. It's an excellent presentation.
Thank you.
Are you forecasting anything on the financial side? I ask because you have clearly been thinking about bookkeeping and software for it.
Yes, sir.
Are you forecasting anything for this year in terms of the calendar year? What do you anticipate in year one sales?
My view on sales, so the best month that I've had over the summer was in August, and that was a humble $1,800. And yeah, so the bookkeeping software keeps,
That's great.
Tiny Invoice, it's kind of like Intuit QuickBooks. It's not as comprehensive, but it does break it down by month, by week, and you also get to save the different clients that you have. So I do keep my money organized.
Yeah. So do you have a forecast though for year one?
For year one?
Or for 2025, I should say. Do you have any idea what your sales are going to be?
So I want to say if the average homeowner can pay $5,000 to $10,000 on a year, I want to be within that range to at least have one super high paying homeowner, which I can try to target between that price range. But for when it comes to much larger contracts, I don't think we're going to be in that range, but I want to give you a direct answer, so $5,000 to $10,000.
My guidance to you would be, I've learned this the hard way, you want to often think about what is your budget for the year, and then see it, right? So you have a target that you can get after, and then suddenly you have 20% more cash in the bank because you actually have a target. It's always helpful.
Appreciate
Good
it.
stuff.
All right. All right, I just want to hand these out as well. This is a piece of flyer that you're able to take a look at. Hold on. It's nice one. All right. They're on.
I had it for the first time, and I just ate it every day.
Which one do you go to?
So much. The one yeah, top of it. Yeah, it's really good.
Round of applause, round of applause. Amazing job, man. Next up to the stage, our next entrepreneur is none other than Catherine Contreras with MLock.
Okay, good evening. Working right? Okay. So, I wanted to start off with saying that there has been a recent study on overpacking, and Philly is among the states that has the most overpackers. So, among many things, Philadelphians are also overpackers. And also, 89% of people would choose an airline that offers more carry-on items to be able to board with them. So, to begin the presentation, I want to say a little bit more about myself. So I am Catherine Contreras, and I am a current senior at Cristo Rey Philadelphia High School, and for the last 7 years, I have been living in North Philadelphia. After graduation, I hope to attend Columbia University to major in film and media with a minor in psychology. A little bit about my background. I was born in Los Angeles, and I often travel to and from Los Angeles to go visit family and so on. And a fun fact is that I actually wrote my college essay on why I dislike packing so much. So today we'll be discussing the following categories, but I won't waste so much of your time there. So I want to start with our vision, and coming back to my story of how I travel a lot to and from California, I feel like I'm very influenced by that because I've been traveling since a very young age, of the age of 10, I've been really implementing traveling in my life a lot. Just this summer I was able to go study abroad in Italy, and also every year I go to Washington DC for a social justice conference, so I hit a lot of hiccups when it comes to traveling, since it's something I do so often. And so our vision is to provide customers with a secure and efficient storage solution that enhances their living experience. And with that, our mission is to ensure that our customers feel supported during their most significant journeys. Moving on to our problem and solution is that since growing up, I have been told to pack my own bags. So I imagine a 10-year-old trying to pack her bags. Not a lot of work is getting done there. I am going to overpack. I overpacked like crazy. And this meant when I was at the airport, I would have to hold my tote bag and my carry-on items throughout the whole hour that I was waiting there. And if I wanted to go eat or if I wanted to go to the bathroom, I would have to bring my carry-on items. And this became such a hassle to me that I just skipped out on everything. I skipped my meals and I waited until the very last minute to go use the bathroom, or even just went inside the plane because I was not trying to do the hassle. So my solution to this was to create a reliable option for securing belongings in high demand locations. Saying more on the locker, so I wanted to implement lockers in these high demand locations, such as airports, co-working spaces, or even hotels. And a lot of times, there is a company called Luggage Hero that is willing to take your luggages, but the thing with that is that they are not within the terminals, they are outside, so it doesn't do much help to us while we are inside the terminals. So our product here is a smart locker that serves a new purpose. We will use digital authentication methods to enable convenience and contactless methods for people to reach their personal belongings. And our easy-to-use app will be a really major benefit to our lockers, because we will be offering stuff like telling you where is there available lockers near you, so you won't have to go all your way to these lockers and then find out one is missing. That one is available, because that would suck. And also, if you are running a little behind to get your luggages, we will automatically charge you by the minute, so you don't, so we won't just leave your items unattended. And our rental services is the main service here at St. MLock, because we will be offering our rental services through our lockers for your personal belongings. So our market size, where can we see St. MLock? So here, I have been mentioning airports a lot, but Philadelphia is actually home to two big major transportation hubs, including the Philadelphia Airport and the 30th Street Station. So with that being said, these major transportation hubs serve over 28.1 million passengers a year, which is quite a lot, now that I think about it. And are also co-working spaces. Being part of Crystal Ray, one of the big components of being a Crystal Ray student is that we have work-study. So I have been able to work with companies such as EY and Glenmead and the Mayor's Office of Education. And there, I sometimes find myself coming into the building overpacked because I have things to do after school and I would have to take these things into work with me. And that became such a hassle for me because I would have to carry these to the train station, from the train station, and wherever I'm going next. So that got me thinking to everyone else who works within the city. If they have things to do after work, they would have to take their belongings and usually stuff it under their desk, which doesn't seem very convenient. So my idea was to implement these in co-working spaces so they can implement it in their workflows. And Philadelphia is actually home to 41 co-working spaces. That number's probably off, probably more, but it serves around average to 300,000 workers a year. Also lodging locations such as hotel, there are 90 plus hotels in Philadelphia, and in the summer of 2024, they served about 1.6 million check-ins, which is quite a lot actually too. These numbers surprise me every time. But my thing with hotels is that since I mentioned before, I usually go to Washington DC for a social justice conference. There's a lot of times where our group is told to check out a day before, and this is kind of hassle because we have all these luggages and we want to spend the extra day there in Washington DC, but we do not want to buy an extra night at the hotel. So these lockers will be there in case anyone wants to spend an extra day looking around the city or just needs an extra day without the whole night. And our overview is that the locker industry is poised for substantial growth, valued at approximately $999 million in 2023, and is forecasted to reach $2.33 billion by 2029. And looking at the stats of it, there are currently around 50,000 package lockers in the United States, and the global market is projected to grow at 11.6%. Yes. So moving on to our competitors. Like I mentioned before, Luggage Hero and Bounce are both companies that are willing to take in your luggages and store them for the day. The issue with some of these companies is, though, that, especially focusing more on Bounce, we have noticed that there is concern with locations and staff check-in is unsatisfactory and the pricing structure is not ideal. So for locations, I genuinely mean that people wouldn't want to put their stuff in an unreliable location. Even if it looks unreliable, many people are not going to want to put the personal items there. So there has been a lot of complaints that the locations where Bounce is found are not ideal. So this is why St. MLock is going to try to put our lockers in locations that are ideal to our customers. And a little bit about Luggage Hero is that their complaints kind of surround on customer experience, and since St. MLock is a transactional company, we won't really have a lot of person-to-person interaction, which is kind of ideal to a lot of people. And so looking at our business model, our usage fees are going to be by the minutes, and this is because not a lot of people need a lot of time to hold their stuff. Sometimes it's just a little watch for me for a second, you know. If you need to go to the bathroom, that's a big one for me. Like if you need to go to the bathroom, you're not going to want to pay for a whole day for someone to wash your stuff. So instead, you can you can pay up to like 5 minutes and it probably won't charge you that much. And our daily rate is $15. So if you really do want to spend the whole day where you're at, $15. And our oversized usage fee, so if you're putting in, like if you're traveling with your family and you want to put in all your stuff in one locker, we are going to bump up the charge a little bit. And for the subscriptions, this is more for frequent users or big corporations that really want to implement this into their workflow. So if a business wants to give this to their employees in case they travel a lot, they are able to use our St. MLocks anywhere they're located. And our integrated ads is something that I really wanted to implement into the lockers. So our locker ideally would have a screen, but while the screen isn't in use, we'd like to put ads in there so we can bump up our funds a little bit more. So now speaking of funds, our use of funds, I use categories for this and they are subject to change more or less, but the main categories that we are focused on are initial inventory, marketing, and app technology because, of course, we do want our lockers to be secure and safe and our app to be a really easy-to-use app for everyone. And our marketing, well, we really do want to get St. MLockers known, so we will have to spend 17.1% of funds towards marketing. And last but not least, our timeline. So looking at our February to April, I would like to do partner outreach. This is meeting with software developers, meeting with the people who are going to be able to supply the lockers, and also companies that are able to take in our lockers. And so prototyping, we will be working on how we want these lockers to function and the different the features that we want on these lockers, and then search for further funding because I understand that this is a bigger project, so I would like to spend some time trying to find other ways to fund this company. And throughout May and July, we would like to pilot our service and work on software development to make it cleaner, to make it cleaner for our customers. And the regulatory compliance, we really want to make sure that these lockers are complying with the state regulations or industry regulations, because if they are not, that is trouble for us. And our sale outreach is more like marketing and just putting our business out there, building partnerships. We'd really like to connect with bigger corporations saying, hey, can you take in our lockers for this amount of money, and we'll work together and create a partnership here. And then in August to September, we'd be campaigning and expanding our lockers from hopefully the Philadelphia region, probably heading to New Jersey, hopefully, we'll see. And then in October to December, we'll do service optimization, which is adding new features to our lockers because we do want these lockers to keep up with people's needs. And our revenue tracking is just to make sure that all of our funds are being used correctly. And our performance review is just trying to get feedback from our customers and asking if they actually had any use with St. MLock. And if they didn't, then we'll work in ways that could better help them, because again, we really do just want to be aid to other people. And lastly, and towards the end of December, we do want to do customer engagement and get back to our customers and thank them for the year they've given us. So please contact us for anything. And here's the Instagram if you guys want to follow.
Q&A.
Really nice job, Catherine. You mentioned costs. I think it was $3,000 or $4,000, the initial product cost. Is that assumption the lockers, or is it the real estate fee to say the train station or wherever these would be? Like, how have you thought about that side of the cost?
Well, yeah, so the initial inventory cost is just the cost for the lockers. Now speaking on how much it would cost to actually put my lockers in these companies, I have not found the exact numbers for those. So that is why I wanted to spend time getting more funds for the company, because I know that that is an extra expense I will have to worry about later on.
I want to build on that. So the competition exists, correct? It's out there. Any idea in terms of their business model? They are out there, they're typically paying the train station or the airport. Is that how it works? To have real estate inside there? Is that how?
For the competition?
Yes, I'm just curious.
Oh, okay, yes. So they work more in like outside. So like you would find Bounce like in a 7-Eleven probably, or like local businesses are the ones taking in our competition, and also like Luggage Hero focus themselves like to be around these transportation hubs, but not necessarily inside.
So for example, if you want to get in the transportation hub, let's say Union Station in Washington D.C., you're there, you're 4 hours away from your train, put your luggage in the thing. Do you, if you're negotiating with Union Station, are you anticipating, kind of what you're saying, are you anticipating paying expense to them to do it? Is that the business model?
Yes, so that is a possibility, but we were also thinking about like offering ads for them. So like we will be kind of giving them back a little bit of advertisement in exchange for lending us that space. Yeah.
Excellent job. You mentioned that there were like state regulations or restrictions that you might have to abide by. Have you researched those yet, and do you expect for those to become expenses at some point?
Yeah, so the main issue with that is safety regulations, especially because a lot of these bigger industries like the co-working spaces and transportation and the hotels, a really big thing is safety. And the reason they don't want you leaving your stuff around in the first place are for safety reasons. They don't want your stuff to go missing, and then liabilities. So that's why we are the ones taking all the liabilities. So when presenting this to other companies, we'd be essentially saying, you won't have to worry about that. This is just convenience for customers that are serving you.
Thank you.
Your presentation was great, and I just have one question. Where did you get the name from?
Yes, that's my favorite thing to talk about. So Saint M is the archangel of protection. So for me, religion has been a really big thing in my life. So I took that, the angel of protection, and I wanted to add lock to it to emphasize that we are a storage solution. So your stuff are essentially being protected by the archangel of protection.
Great job, Catherine. St. MLock, St. MLock. Next up to the stage, our next entrepreneur is none other than Shazira Johnson and her company, Cottage Cozy. Further ado, we will continue right where we left off. And with that said, our next entrepreneur to the center of the stage is none other than Shazira Johnson with Cottage Cozy.
Hello and welcome everyone today. I would like to thank you all for coming and thank everyone who supported me throughout these 15 weeks. Today I will be introducing my business plan for my idea in Cottage Cozy, where every piece has a past and you can make it part of your future. About me, my name is Shazira Johnson. I go to Simon Gretz High School. My home is here inside Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the United States. My background is that I am currently a high school student who is applying for college. After graduation, I plan to apply for college and get a degree in nursing. My purpose is that I like to help those who are in need and help and support and give it back to the community. A fun fact about me is that I enjoy making short comics, and in my spare time, I hope to release a kid's book one day. For the contents list, we have mission statements, the problem, solution, market size, product or services, business model, and competition, use of funds, and timeline. For my mission statement, I want to provide a budget-friendly shopping experience connecting with communities with using high-quality secondhand items. An introduction to our brand name is Cottage Cozy Thrift. Is that it's committed to helping those who are in need when there are tough times and no matter what struggle they face. We uphold the value of some come from a difficult background. And here it is safe to feel like you purchase something new without having to put in the cost of putting too much money out. Unlike other people, if you feel like you are below them. The problem that I have right now is that I see that fast fashion is a problem here because everyone wants to buy the next expensive piece of clothing, but they don't consider what the ramifications are when they get done with the clothing. They either just throw it away, so it can go into the next piece of landfill, and in that landfill it can cause problems such as starting fires and it releases toxic smoke into the air, which I don't think is a good thing. The solution that I want to do is a thrift store that takes in secondhand items, and in this thrift store, we will replenish the items and make them brand new for all to use. And by this, I mean that we will upgrade. We'll make sure to upgrade. We'll make sure to do security checks of everything that we get to make sure that nothing damaged or bad gets through. So that if you think that it's too high priced for what it is, then it's not. Because inside most brands, I find that damaged clothing and damaged items seems to be a big problem. The current market size for thrift stores in total available market right now is 53 billion. Serviceable available market is 148 million, and serviceable obtainable market is 29.6 million. Approximately 16 to 18% of Americans shop at thrift stores annually. Applying this percentage to America's population of about 1.6 million suggests that roughly 200,000 residents engage in thrift shopping each year. From this, I know there's a demographic out there that wants to shop at thrift stores, and I know that the market is very large, and I know that people will come to at least try it out if they need to, or if they want to. For our product and service, we will offer clean clothes that are ready for the buyer to own and take home with no damaged items getting through. Another benefit is that we provide free clothes for those in need at hard times, affordable low prices so that no one feels left out if they can't afford luxury items, and we provide services both in-store and online. We plan on selling all types of garments, no matter what they are. We will make sure those garments are safe to use and clean and non-damaged. Another thing that we will offer is that there will be styling assistants within the store to help you out if you struggle to pick out outfits for important events. And we also plan on running a charity side to the store where you can donate, but where we can also receive clothing from our customers or anyone who wants to donate to give back to those who are in need. For our business model focuses on providing high-quality secondhand items at affordable prices, making sustainable fashion accessible to everyone by accepting donations and reselling gently used items. From this, we can. Oh my God! I can't read this. We create a circular economy that reduces waste and supports our community. A portion of our revenue goes towards offering free clothing to individuals and families in need, ensuring that no one is left out without essentials. This model allows us to remain profitable while staying true to our mission, of social impact and environmental impact. Now, for best marketplace, we want to provide a budget-friendly shopping experience connected with communities with high-quality secondhand items. For reselling, we want to be leading the way into sustainable retail by reinvesting in the community and doing checks on all clothing that we receive and cleaning them. For the community, we want to provide great customer service, and we plan on listening to feedback from the community and what they need. As for donations, as said before, we will be taking a donation box through partnerships also right next to the community. For current competitors, we have Goodwill Industries. They have an annual revenue of 1.9 billion, and their focus is on community and brick and mortar thrift stores with up to 3,200 plus stores. The problem that I find with them often is that they sell you damaged items for higher prices. They sell you damaged items for higher prices, which some people feel like they either got ripped off or scammed out of, because in this point in time, things are getting expensive, and if they want to buy, they want to try and go look for something that they know is in the store, but they typically see in the store that was expensive online, but then they go in there and it's worse than it was, and if you order it offline instead, then they will feel disappointment. Another one is right up that is a online thrift store. They have an annual revenue of 300 million, and they have 100 plus resales. The problem with them is also that on there they have terrible terms for their sellers. For sellers who actually want to sell online, most of those often find themselves not agreeing with the policies that they provide or any of their tactics that they do on here. So here on our online thrift store, we want to make sure that sellers all have equal terms and agreements to make sure that they are not getting scammed out of whatever they have, whatever they can sell, or any money that they can make. For us, we focus on building a community appreciated brand, and for all those to enjoy and eliminate waste also. For use of funds, I split everything down into different categories. We have operations and setups with office space and utilities at $1,000 for rent space and such. Licenses and permits for $500 for business licenses and resale permits. For inventory and equipment, we have initial inventory and equipment from up to $2,500 with thrift inventory, clothing, accessories, and home goods, and also display racks and shelves. For product development, we have $500, enhancing the product displays and creating custom tags. For marketing and branding, we have market materials, $500, such for flyers, posters, social media promotions. For marketing and advertisement, $800, paid advertisements on all of the social media platforms, local news or online marketplaces, and then for website and technology, we have $500, basic website design and hosting for online presence or e-commerce. Intellectual property protection is $200, trademarking. Operational tools, software, and subscriptions, $500 for accounting software such as QuickBooks or Waze, point of sale. And then for financial cushion, we have emergency fund, $3,000, reserved for unexpected expenses or repairs or shortfalls. Now, for the timeline, we have first journey, copywriting the business name, registering our building, and getting the necessary permits and license. For our second journey, as March, we have finding a location, the search for inventory among partnerships, get the store ready in the meantime. And then for our third journey in April, we have set up the store for business for items, pricing and management for clothes, marketing and advertising also. And then as for May, June, we have fourth journey, hiring staff members, customer services, creating an online monitoring and just. Thank you for listening to us and being here with us today. If you would like, you can scan the QR code or contact me if you need any more information.
Round of applause for Zuri Johnson, Cottage, and to our Q&A.
Well done, it was great, love to hear about it. Could you clarify something though? I heard you say an online, and then I also see a store. Is your vision a combination? Is it you're thinking it's going to be a store, a physical store that you'll be paying rent?
So it will be both a physical store, but we also want to have a website to do online things for people to resell their own clothing, as long as it is qualified and pass our rules and whatever else we have. I can't remember. Yeah, just rules.
Okay.
I give you a lot of courage. I give you a lot of credit for standing up here and doing something like this. It's pretty impressive. I think you did a good job.
excellent job. Just a question, can you maybe tell us a little bit more about your marketing strategy? So like what platforms you intend to use, what you're already doing, etc.
I plan to use ads on all types of platforms and wherever I can to make sure that we can reach the right demographics such as social media influencers or anyone who's into environmental sustainability, such as environmentalists, those who care about the environment, because I know that there are people out there, whether they're into fashion or not, who care about the environment still. So if you can target them, you can target whoever in your close circle, then you can get to just everyone out there.
Awesome, thank you.
I just want to say great job. I love your idea, and I think you have a fantastic presentation.
I don't have no question, I just want to say you did a good job.
Thank you. Round of applause again for Zuri and that brings us to our fifth and final young entrepreneur of the evening. And with that said, next to the stage, certainly not the last, is Diaz Sanders of Ripple Effects Swim Academy.
I just want to thank everybody. I just want to thank everybody for being here, the judges, my friends. I'm basically like my family now, 15 weeks, 3 hours, 8 hours a day. It's crazy to be here, but yeah, my name is Diaz Sanders. I'm here with y'all with Ripple Effects Swim Academy. Teaching skills, teach a lot of saving futures. So this is a little bit about me. My name is Diaz Sanders. I attend Episcopal Academy in Newtown Square. I'm from West Philadelphia. My background is I first learned how to swim at the age of 8. And after graduation, my goal is to attend Howard University. The purpose of this was, through this business, I hope to extend the ability to swim to young kids of color and break the stigmatism that is often associated when talking about pools and deep water. Fun fact about me is for the past 2 years, I've been enrolled as a lifeguard at Parks and Recs, and I actually swim competitively for my school. I kind of want to learn a little bit about y'all, so it's a little fun fact. So how many people can actually swim here? People that got their hand down, you know, you listening, don't but yeah, that's great. So this is the content list. We have our mission statement, the problem, our solution, the market size, our competition, our products and services, our business model, the use of funds, our timeline, and the way to contact me at the end. So this is my mission statement. We want to empower communities of color by providing accessible, inclusive, and culturally responsive swimming education that fosters water safety, confidence, and lifelong skills. So this is the problems that we have. Our first problem is the fear and stigma around swimming. A lot of people are afraid to swim, and there's a lot of fear and stigma around it. And a lot of times you'll hear the term, oh, black people don't swim. And that's what I want to attack, and that's what I want to target, and that's what through this company, that's what I want to put my focus into. And the reason behind this is the lack of access to swimming. So if you actually take it back and you really think about it, there was a lot of times where we were denied access to pools, and there was a lot of times where we weren't allowed to swim. So through my company, I actually want to teach about this, and I want kids to understand the reasoning behind some of the fears that they might have and why it's so rooted in their systems, because it actually happened through generations. It's actually generational trauma. So this is our solutions. We want to offer beginner-friendly swim lessons, so making it feel like you're included, making it feel that you can swim and you are allowed to swim and you're allowed to express that. So just having this and having beginner-friendly swim lessons so everybody can feel comfortable. We also want to collaborate with community centers and schools. I want this to be like a second gym class. So I want this to be put back into the school system, put back into the institution, and because I feel like it's needed and it's necessary, and I don't think that there should be a lack of this because of how high our drowning rates are for kids of color and people of color. So I want to re-institutionalize this and have it be more taught and well known. I also want to seek sponsorships and grants. So do this, I want to talk to the government, see, like I said before with the schools, put this into school funding so that my fourth point is to reduce financial barriers. So I'm reducing the cost and subsidizing it. So by putting it into the schools and having it be like a second gym class or a program, after school program, they can actually do this, and they can they don't have to worry about paying the money, because I know that can be a challenge and that can be a turnoff when thinking about swim lessons and thinking about paying money to learn how to swim. So just to kind of grasp, you have to click it, but just to kind of grasp the seriousness and the attention that this is getting, we have a video from 6 ABC with a guest speaker of Michelle Fleming and Nick Askew of Howard University, and they
technical difficulties.
And basically they're talking about the importance of swimming, and they're talking about the actual death rates and the drown rates, and really the information behind, a little bit more information behind why I think this is so important.
I apologize for you, 2 seconds. And we're live.
Many kids are celebrating their last day of school today, and the official summer kickoff begins this week, but it coincides with a stark warning about drownings. The U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission unveiled its annual report and found that drownings continue to be the leading cause of unintentional death among children ages 1 to 4. Nearly 400 children under the age of 15 drowned, and that number is up. And the latest data shows racial disparities among African American and Hispanic families.
About 23% of the deaths where race was known were African American children, and that number goes even higher with the older ages 5 to 14, where it's nearly half at 45%.
So the Consumer Product Safety Commission is calling on pools and communities to really come together. These racial disparities also top of mind for Nick Askew. He's the director of swimming and diving at Howard University. It's the nation's only swimming and diving team at a historically black college and university. He's also a father of 3 young children and knows the dangers that parents face when their kids are in the water. He says he and his team of swimmers are going out in the community and partnering with youth groups and schools to advocate that every person learns how to swim.
We need to continue to break down the challenges and the barriers. The myth that black people don't swim is a barrier. We need to get out of that narrative.
And just to put it into a little bit more perspective for you guys, this video is only about 2 years to 3 years old. So knowing that it's rising and knowing that it's still rising is definitely something that I want to combat and challenge. Next, we have our market size. So do a little bit of research. There's about 6.4 million people in Philadelphia and a little bit of the surrounding area. And of those, there's about 1,340,000 kids under the age of 18. So 64% are black kids, 45 Hispanic, and 40% white kids. And all these percentages are the number or the rate of drowning. So in knowing this, and a little bit at the bottom, 3 to 5 black kids actually can't swim, or 3 to 5 kids of color cannot swim. Through USA.org, USASwimming.org, we learned that I learned that kids of color are 3 times more scared of drowning and are 5.5 times more likely to drown. So knowing this and knowing that they're avoiding it because of such a high death rate and that fear of swimming, it made it hit more close to home as a person that can swim. So I feel like I want to reach back to my community and give my ability. Also, just a little bit about the parents as well. Parents are willing to drive up to 50 miles for specialized programs. So if they were to take my program and they would be willing to drive up to 50 miles. So in knowing this, I can reach a lot of different places depending on where I choose to work and what pools I choose to be at. Also, for 20 to 30 minutes, they were willing to drive 20 to 30 minutes for regular youth activities. So if we're able to implement this into the schools, into the school systems, that can actually work in our favor so that parents are willing to drive the quick 20 to 30 minutes around the city to get their kids the lessons that they need to learn and develop a life skill. So there's about 60 public pools in Philadelphia through Parks and Recs, and I'm planning to use them as a partner. Also, I want to work with, I don't know if you heard about it, but the Now Swim Club. So I want to work with the Now Swim Club, them being one of the first black swim clubs in Philadelphia. I want to work with them and kind of make it a full circle moment. Next, we have our competitors. So, of course, we have the YMCA, we have Fitness Alive, Swim Academy, and we have the British Swim School. All three of those programs offer swim lessons, and they teach kids how to swim. But as you can see at the bottom, our key advantage is it's focused on culturally responsive, affordable education, and specifically for communities of color, as well as community engagement through local partnerships and subsidized programs. I really want to work with the community because if I can get into the community, I can reach the people in it. So, in knowing this, I want to dig deep into our community and really be able to target and hit the kids that need it the most. So these will be my services. Like I said, swim lessons for all ages and skill levels. So I will break it down into elementary school to middle school, high school, and in order. So having those and then having different tier levels of their ability to swim and what they want to do in the program. And then just having that and being accessible. And then next will be water safety and drowning prevention programs. So not only do I want to teach these kids how to swim, I want to teach them water safety abilities to be safe around water, and also drowning prevention programs on top of that. And that's also something that would set me aside from my competitors, because I'm actually going an extra step in teaching them how to be safe around water and how to prevent drowning from happening. Last would be subsidized and accessible swim programs, like I was saying, with the government funding in the schools and putting it into institutions. So this is our business model. Management, this is like my big umbrella. This is what the next three will fall under, and those three would be partnerships. So working with different people, working with private pools, working with public pools, working with different institutions that I can come bring my service into and offer it so I can teach the kids within that community and within that area the ability to swim and how to swim. Next would be grants. So like I said before, getting the government funding. And then the third would be paid lessons. So actually having paid lessons and having people actually pay for my service if they want it privately or if they want it in a small group setting. Paying for my lessons and having that also be a stream of income and in a different way to make revenue from the other two. So this is my allocation of funds. First, we have the staff. I want to make sure that I have people who are intentional, know what they're doing, and knowing the impact that they will have on teaching these kids how to swim and teaching them that through the lessons that you teach them, they will take this and they will carry it and they will learn how to swim. Next will be swim gear. So caps, goggles, anything, kickboards, anything that the kids may not come with or may not be a proper fit for them, because I know a lot of times, especially in communities where funds aren't accessible, kids may come in with a hand-me-down swimsuit that may be a size too big. So making sure that I have backups and I have things for them to use is definitely something important. So lesson gear would tie into that. So kickboards, pool buoys, all those things. Also creating the lesson plans and the plans that I would want to establish and go by so that I can keep the kids on a timely scale and see and push them along and see how they do each time I introduce a new step. Next would be subscriptions. So subscribing for the website, subscribing So subscribing for the website is just having that be a place where people can also reach me, learn more about me, and learn more about why I chose to do this specifically. Then would be the website technology, so making a website, making it look good, making it look nice, making the information easy and readable and make sense for the people who are trying to use it so they can understand why this is so important and why this is needed. Next would be networking. So reaching out with people, going to different networking events, and really getting my company out there and known, because the fastest way for somebody to use it is if they know that it's there. And that's going back into, that also ties into the community. The only way a community will know that a service is there is if you make yourself heard, you make it known that your service is present and is there for them. So doing that, going to different community engagement, going to different community engagement programs and having that. Next would be product development, so along with lesson gear, different lesson plans, and really making sure that not only do I have lesson plans for myself, but I also have lesson plans for the instructors that there's multiple copies of in case some get torn and they're in high quality so that they don't get water damage like they're laminated. Next would be marketing, so the use of ads, Instagram, Facebook ads, and etc. And making sure that I market myself and I'm hitting all the indicators for the people that I'm trying to reach. And then lastly would be my emergency fund, just to make sure that I have a backup just in case anything needs to be dealt with. So then, this would be my business timeline. From now to February, I plan to research the different pools that I can use, the different pools that will be willing to work with me. On top of that, that research will also include the lesson planning. So learning about different, or not learning, but implementing different stroke techniques, different ways to swim, first implementing just being comfortable with the water and being comfortable with the water and learning how to float, first of all and foremost. That's one of the most important things. If you can float, you can basically swim if you're comfortable enough and you have the strength and you feel that you can do it and it is possible. Next would be a soft launch, so I would get a small group of kids, I would take them and I would teach them how to actually swim. And through that, through evaluating the progress to March to April, I would see how they're doing each lesson plan. Then see how they're doing each lesson plan. Then April, I would do like a swim test, like the ones that you get when you're taught the lifeguard, just lowered and on a smaller scale. And through that, I'll be able to track what they understood, what they kept, what they didn't understand, and switch my lesson plans around so that it's focused on the most important things that they need to swim with. And then lastly would be to publicize in May. I want to do it in May specifically because it gives the kids time to use my program and use what I'm teaching them and actually take it with them into June when it's time to get out of school and when it's time to go to these pools. They actually are comfortable swimming because they've been taught how to swim and they're not just jumping in the pool and hoping that they can grab the side of the wall. So thank you. This is a way to contact me. This is my email and this is my phone number. And thank you again for listening. On the next slide is actually a QR code that you can track my progress and our journey with and just see an update of what I'm doing and how I'm actually teaching the kids and how I'm engaging with the community.
Great job, Tavis. Great job. Great job. Congratulations again, Tavis. Quick Q&A.
So, excellent job, Tavis. I love the mission. Love what you're talking about. So, at PYB, we have purposely built this facility and we use basketball as a magnet to do a lot of other things outside of basketball. sounds like what you're trying to accomplish is, you're not worried about building pools because there's pools everywhere. You want to be a magnet for the community to be able to learn about swimming.
Yes.
So it sounds like where you're going to really make your energy and emphasis is going to be on sort of marketing and making sure people have a reason. You're not necessarily reinventing how to teach swimming, right? So it's being that magnet to the community. So maybe you can speak a little bit more about how do you really see trying to go out into the community and appeal to going out and really learning about what it means to be swimming. We all agree that the business case is easy. It's very easy to understand. I get it, but how do you plan to do that?
Oh, I forgot the mic was on. Well, the people, like I said before, people are scared to swim because they don't know how to. So if I feel like if I'm able to offer my service and offer what I'm doing and put my service in places that feel comfortable to people, they'll be able to understand what I'm trying to do. I feel like if I put my program, say in a pool in Phoenixville, I'm not going to get anybody in Philadelphia because that's not their community. So targeting directly their community, not waiting for them to come to where I'm at, but coming to them, showing them that I'm here and I'm willing to give you a service if you're just willing to accept it.
Excellent idea. I think it's a much needed mission in Philly for sure. I used to be a swim instructor lifeguard, so I understand, your passion behind it. But I have more of a question about staffing. Have you given any thought to where you'll look for those that you feel are qualified to get lessons, that may be good with children?
So definitely, like meeting the staff before I hire them is a big one. But also looking to lifeguards as a way to get staffing. And just people, like making sure that people are qualified and they can swim. So along with the lifeguard test, people would have to do a swim test so I can make sure that you can know how to swim and you are actually teaching the kids and I can have trust in you. But also to add on to that, I want to make this program so that the kids can then teach the new kids that come in. So like in the high school program, or even in the high school program, the earliest you can start being a lifeguard for Parks and Rec is 16. So if I'm able to make you a lifeguard and I'm able to implement you into a lifeguard and you're being able to get paid and you're trusted, and I can make you come back and teach your peers that you may have been swimming along with, I think it would definitely be a strong way to build bond in the community and make them come back and make them feel well.
Well said, thank you.
Great job. I'm curious what pricing would be.
Pricing. So as far as, we can go on.
Pricing as in pricing that you would charge the
it's
parent?
back to different. So for the swim lessons, I actually did research about our competition, and they charge around $30 to $50 per lesson. So each time that you come in, you would have to charge, you'd be charged $30 to $50. I feel like that's a big turnover. So I feel like offering them a package. So I'll charge you $60 for a month. We teach your kid 2 days a week how to swim and for a month, and then based off of how well they did after that month, you don't have to pay anymore. So using that to not only be a stronger candidate than our staff, is also a little bit more feasible than paying $30 to $50 each time a kid wants to come in and take a lesson. Also on top of that, that's why I added the subsidized program, because I feel like if I just make it about receiving revenue, the community won't get help. So instead of trying to take the money from the community, using the government to help me fund and put it into institutions and put it into schools so that the earlier that they learn, the more they can work on and the more they can be comfortable with swimming.
Thank you. And I have one more question. What is the average time for a kid to get that education and be safe swimming after getting lessons?
Yeah, so it's around 1 to 2 months, depending on how much the kid is swimming a week. So if the kid is swimming around 3 to 4 times a week, they can learn the skill in a month. And not all kids are created equal, and not all kids learn at the same rate. So being able to understand that and being able to understand those times, I can gear and put myself in a place where I can determine how long the kid needs to be in the swim lesson.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
My question already got answered, but you had a great presentation.
One more time for Taz. One more time. We're going to now start our 10-minute conversation just as the judges start to deliberate. Thank you, Taz.
Thank you.
I'm just going to study what you said. So our judges are going to start deliberating. We're going to have our, can we give it up for Christian Diaz? Our judges can start to deliberate however you need to. If you want to step out, if you still got some business to handle, we're going to do that. But I just want to take a second to speak with the audience, right? Here at PYB, give it up for our judges as they go. They're going to think nice and hard. I just want to take a second to first acknowledge, right, to all of our presenters in the room. Public speaking is difficult. Raise your hand if you hate public speaking. Raise your hand if you hate public speaking, right? And those are adults in the room as well. So it's just really important that we pour into our youth and just celebrate how hard we know this was to do. Right? It's really easier to talk about yourself or just to blabber on, but when you have to remember content, you gotta remember data, you got judges looking at you real serious, right? We just ate honey grow on Saturday, and now we're looking at it like, I promise we know what we're doing. If this is your first time at PYB, we want to thank you, we want to welcome you here to our space. We are Philadelphia Youth Basketball, but as you can see with a program like this, we are so much bigger than basketball. All of the youth that you see today did not enter here as basketball kids, right? They entered here as intellectuals that decided they wanted to learn how to be an entrepreneur or continue their entrepreneurship journey. So we want you to engage with us as we take this 10-minute break. Can I have staff raise your hand? Staff raise your hand, please. Meet the staff. Families, please get to know us, get to know our programming. As you probably didn't even notice, right? While you were sitting here, we had 20 little babies from kindergarten and second grade playing basketball in the side court. Right? What time is it? A little after 7. There's probably about 20 to 30 high schoolers in the gym currently playing 5-on-5 and doing strength and conditioning training. And then we had like a whole high school game. Shout out to Sankofa and their team played a whole high school game. So here in our building, there's so much happening. There's so much to do, so much to learn. We have a multimedia lab upstairs. We got 4 classrooms in the back. We got a mental wellness suite on the other side with a yoga studio. And so I do want to offer a quick tour at the end of the night with anybody that just wants to see the facility. Feel free to stay after we give our winner and our goodbyes. But we're going to take that intermission. Please shake the hand of each and every young person that you saw, because we know that young people that have at least one caring adult in their life is able to take on their dreams and they're able to move forward with the things that they want to do. So please pour into these young folks that you see, whether they present it or not. And I'm going to stop talking. It might be like 2 chicken wings left. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. There's 2 chicken wings left. Please go to the bathroom, do what you need to do.
Hello. Thank you again, everybody, for your attendance and for your attention and participation. It is truly appreciated this evening. Without further ado, I think our judges have finished deliberating. We do have prizes to give out. And so without further ado, I'd actually like to announce and bring up Alyssa Cherkin from Deloitte to the stage. She is going to present our first award.
That's funny. Does anyone wear glasses here? Right? Okay, so I need them to see you, but if I see you, I can't read. So, can I go lock? Is that cool? Can we switch? Walker and talker. I can't do this. Really kind of don't need it, but I'll do it. The on buttons at the top. On buttons at the top. Game on, people. All right, let's do this. Round of applause for our amazing So, I need to share a couple things. My name is Alyssa Cherkin, and I have one of the coolest jobs ever. God bless you. I work for a company called Deloitte, and my job is to lead our social impact work, which means working with organizations like PYB to help address the biggest issues in our region. Deloitte, in case you don't know who we are what we call, we are the largest professional services company in the world. In Philadelphia, our office at 17th and Market, we have over 2,100 people who work for us, or with us. But what we do is work with organizations of all kinds. Companies, nonprofits, government, and we help them achieve their goals and do what they do more effectively and more efficiently. We're problem solvers, and we're entrepreneurs at heart. And in addition to serving our clients, we believe very deeply in the responsibility, our deep responsibility, to invest in our communities, in our future leaders who are sitting here today, even our littlest ones, especially our littlest ones, to help them believe in what's possible, to make our community strong, because they truly are our future. I am joined here today by Sandy Pepper, who is the leader of our office in Philadelphia. Daniel, my friend who leads our work, volunteering and leading programs at PYB throughout the year. I want to know a little bit about what Deloitte is and kind of how we operate. It is such an honor for me to join you at this event and also to present one of the awards tonight, which is the Sam Silvers Award for Innovation and Creativity in Entrepreneurship. Now, he grilled some people tonight, right? And you guys did awesome, awesome. I have been on the other side of Sam grilling me, and I ended up in tears. So just let you know, you guys handled it so much better than I did. And before we jump into really recognizing this outstanding award recipient, I want you to understand why this award is so deeply meaningful and how we got here. So last May, Sam retired after an impressive 28 years at Deloitte. 26 of those years, he was a partner. So here we are, the largest global professional services firm in the world, and he was one of the owners. That's what it means to be a partner in these firms. And it is a huge responsibility, and he had influence on so many people's lives. He was also a leader of the Deloitte Foundation, which was a great opportunity connected to work that you do here at PYB. And to know Sam is to love his tenacity, his optimism, his creativity, his commitment to people and to fairness, and his record-setting speed for responding to emails. So everyone that's looking, my young people who just did this amazing stuff, honestly, it is outstanding, because part of Sam's brand is that he's responsive. And when you are working with Sam, you understand how much he values you, right? So it's an important lesson for all of us, right? To really look people in the eye and be responsive and value who they are and what they're putting in to the relationship you have together. Now, PYB's focus on education and youth development has been a perfect fit for Sam as he joined the board. At the core of Sam is a belief in untapped potential, which sits in each and every one of you. And that potential is rooted in access and opportunity. It's what this building stands for. And this award is the perfect way to celebrate the impressive, extremely impressive young people that we heard from tonight. All of you who are going to, without a doubt, drive Philadelphia's very bright future. PYB has been at the forefront of leveraging the power of basketball to transform young lives in the city. Over the past 9 years, PYB has touched the lives of thousands and thousands of young people, forging countless partnerships throughout the city. And at the heart of PYB's mission is the belief that basketball can be that vehicle, that safe space for delivering life-changing opportunities and experiences. Tonight, we celebrate a young entrepreneur who embodies the spirit of innovation and creativity that SAM and PYB champion. This individual has demonstrated exceptional entrepreneurial skill, thinking outside the box to create solutions that inspire their peers and make our community better. They represent the bright future we're building together, one leader at a time. As we present this award, let's remember that each and every one of us has the power to make a difference. Whether it's through mentorship, support, or simply believing in the potential of our youth, we can all contribute to nurturing the next generation of innovators and leaders. Now I'm going off script. Congratulations to all of you who presented tonight. Shazira, Chase, Ahmed, Tavis, Catherine, you have demonstrated the kind of power skills. You'll hear the term soft skills, and I think it's the worst term in the world. They are power skills. These are the things that set you apart. These are the things that make you memorable. It's your smile. It's your ability to work through those butterflies in your stomach that make most people go the other way, and you leaned in. You said, that thing in my stomach is the reason I go forward. And I need you to hold on to that tonight. I need you to write about it tonight in a letter to yourself about what it felt like to get up here and do that. Because there will be moments where you are low and you're gonna need to tap in. Tap into yourself and the power and support you feel here tonight. Our future is in your hands. And I'm excited for it. Right? You had an idea. You saw something in the world. Most people see something in the world that's not right and they look the other way. You saw something that wasn't right and you said, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna work with my dad. We had this idea. I'm gonna go forward. That is magic. And not enough people do that. You did. You leaned on each other. 15 weeks, 3 hours a week. You became a family. You had an experience that none of us can understand truly. And I'm so excited for you because you will tap into each other and the strength of that. You will recreate it in different ways in your future, but you will hold on to that. That is now part of you. And I'm so excited that you had that opportunity. You did some public speaking, right? So you're done, right? Most people, this huge company that we work for, people hate getting up. They hate getting up talking in front of it. I'm one of those yo-yos that loves it. But you organized your ideas. You figured out how to communicate things that are so difficult to do. And you are role models. You are role models for each of us. You've just shown us how it's done. So congratulations to each of you. Thank you for the time to be with you tonight. And now, without further ado, it gives me so much pleasure and pride to announce this year's recipient of the Sam Silvers Award for Innovation and Creativity in Entrepreneurship. Can we hear it for Catherine?
Hey, give it up one more time for Catherine. So that Innovation Award comes with a $1,000 check, right? So we're going to give out our first check to say MLock to start you off and get rolling. Now it's about that time. I'm going to toss it back over to Mr. Diaz here to announce our two big winners.
So with that said, and I know some of you guys may be surprised that we're actually giving out 3 awards, right? I believe I mentioned all of class, only the one winner. right? So we are giving out 3. We just gave out our Innovation Award for $1,000, and we have a second place award today for $3,000. And so after the judges' deliberation, they came back and they had a winner of Ahmed Ali. Second place, $3,000 prize. Congratulations, Ahmed. Congratulations, Ahmed. And so with that said, and without further ado, we're down to the grand winner, right? At the beginning of this thing, you guys put in 15 weeks, 6 hours a week, right? Gave me holidays, gave me makeup days, days where you guys had conflicts. We came in and we did remote days to try to make sure that we were keeping up with both our schoolwork and our nonprofit, or our program work. And the amount of time and effort that all of you put in is just phenomenal. I'm truly appreciative of the energy, the effort, and just the attitude that you guys showed up with every day. Like the attitude and what you guys brought into the room was absolutely awesome. It made it a breeze, and I can't wait to see you guys during our post-care. And for those who don't know, I'll be offering office hours and one-on-one availability for the next 2 years for all participants, where they'll be able to schedule with me on a monthly basis. So I look forward to continuing to grow this cohort, the next cohorts, and really creating and fostering a youth entrepreneurship community that we can do networking events, and they can really learn how to support one another and become resources for one another. And so with that said, without further ado, our grand winner for the evening and the $10,000 prize recipient winner, drumroll please, drumroll please, drumroll please, is none other than Tavis Sanders.
And we will be at the step and repeat in just a second. Just a second. One more time for Tavis. Thank you so much.
What do you mean elect? The brother mentioned it.
And again, can we give it up for Christian Diaz, the leader of this mission? So in case you missed it, this is our second cohort here for the Magic Academy. And we were inspired by Kids Helping Schools, who really pushed us to create this program. So we want to send some love to that community, the community of Kids Helping Schools that pushed us to do our first cohort. And this is our first official cohort in the 6-man center. And so with that being said, we will be bringing our next cohort to you in about a month and a half, maybe.
Registration ends February 22nd, class begins 1st of March, and the next Shark Tank will be June 18th.
So I think it's really important, right? Like, Tavis, if I could just speak for myself to say, as a black swim kid, right? Like, I remember my mom dropped me in that pool and was like, figure it out. And we ain't had the bread to go to a YMCA or to be doing those lessons. So like, when I saw you practice, I told you, I said, the passion and like just the energy for the community work is there, bro. And you gotta go, and you delivered that here, and the judges could feel it, and I think we all could feel it, right? You got crafty with the news clip too. You know what I mean? I think they added an extra to the presentation to really hit home what it means to impact the community and to figure out what's going on in the community and how you can be a change maker in that, right? And so that's what we're doing here at PYB. That's what we want to be. And so please tell all of your teenagers just come in the front door and we'll figure out what room they're supposed to be in. Right? They don't need to know what they want to do. We got CCP one weeknight doing coding on circuit boards, and we got a music program teaching kids how to use Logic. And just like Tavis, we trying to subsidize all of them, Jones, so that people can get scholarships and get access to all of these opportunities. Each and every one of our basketball programs, even those youth are in our fitness center and in our yoga studio and tapping into those extra classes. So tell all of the kids you know, we go from K all the way to 12th grade. Just walk in the door and we can find a place for them. One more time, can we give it up for our Keynote Jimmy? And we want to give it up for our judges one more time. And last but not least, we got to get some content. So Sam, just show some love to our God in the high. With that being said, we're going to head up out of here, but please stop by the second repeat. Follow us on Instagram, Philly Youth Basketball on Instagram, Philly Youth Basketball. And please take pictures, hashtag Magic Academy 2, PYB Magic Academy 2, and add us and we'll try to repost you. All right, thank you so much for being here tonight.